Hello, and welcome to another edition of Washington High's weekly news magazine, now at WHS. I'm your host, Cassandra Torno. Today I am in front of the auditorium. This week's shows features stories about healthy food choices at school, a concert choir retreat, security cameras, and much more. All this week on Now at WHS. Many students may have noticed the changes in the offerings at the school store, cafeteria, and vending machines this beginning school year. WHS and other district schools are continuing the plan put forth by the school board to phase out unhealthy offerings at school. Some changes to the school store include no pop, candy, or other unhealthy food choices. Now reporter Ashley Burr spoke with the child nutrition manager Karen Harchie about the changes.
Hi, well, there was a group that got together a few years back called the Healthy Initiative, and it was made up of public members, general public members, administrators, faculty members, doctors from the hospitals, and they all got together and decided to put together a healthy initiative plan that would be worked throughout the school district. Be put in place through all areas in the school district, starting an hour before school started and ending an hour after school started. And there's this percentage of the food that you sell that has to have a certain percentage, keep under a certain percentage of trans acid fats, of saturated fats, and calories. I'm sure I'm missing a couple areas, but there's a whole criteria of things that this food item that you're selling has to match. And if it doesn't match that, you cannot sell it as an a la carte item. And so anything that's sold a la carte, like extra French fries or any of our snack items, such as you notice there's no malts this year, all those things do not follow in that criteria. And that's why they're no longer being sold.
And how do you think the students feel about this?
Oh, I'm sure that they feel like they're old enough to have choices. I feel also that they're old enough to have choices when you're in high school, and we've always offered very healthy choices along with the non-healthy choices, but I also do not think anybody needs 3 helpings of French fries.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ashley Burr here in the Commons with Blake Burke this morning, asking him what he thinks of school lunches this year.
I feel that our school lunches have decreased. I think last year's was a lot better than this year's.
What do you think the major change in school lunches is?
I think the major change would be taking away our fries and our ice cream.
Thank you.
I bring my own lunch because I don't like it. It was better than the last year's, but it's gross this year.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm now reporter Katie Forsyth here with Mrs. Gassman in the school store, asking what's new about the school store this year.
Well, we have a lot fewer snacks, and there is no pop. Last year we just had diet pop, and we don't have any of that. No candy, but we have expanded. Last year's students tried to think of ideas that they could come up with for things that could be sold, and so they've came up with some different ideas, so we have some different items.
What items do you have?
Well, we first have a flag, and one of the students designed it, and it can be hung on your wall, or we have an end that we can put so that it hangs out of a car window. We had some other students design flip-flops for Washington Warriors, and we had a student come up with an idea of a different design for a travel mug. It'll fit in your car holder. And we had someone come up with a different idea for different kind of hats. And we have the lanyards with Washington Warriors on there. And we went with planners again this year. And I don't know, just been some different ideas.
What do you think the students think about the changes in the store this year?
Oh, we see a lot less flow as far as number of students in here, but I think they're a little disappointed, but they seem to be adjusting all right.
Hi, I'm now reporter Katie Forsyth here with Jesse in the school store, and what's different about the school store this year compared to last year?
Not really much, just we don't have any candy or pop, and a bunch of our Chex Mix is gone too.
Thank you.
With a new school year always comes new changes. Additions of 16 security cameras have been placed throughout the school, along with other high schools and middle schools in Sioux Falls. The cameras were made possible through a grant from the U.S. Homeland Security funds and were placed with the intentions of keeping students and staff safe. With more on the security cameras at WHS, here is now reporter Ashley Burr.
I'm Ashley Bird, now reporter here with Mrs. Emanuel, asking her why were the cameras put up at WHS?
The security cameras were put up because WHS is a public building, and our building is used not just for school, it's used, the community uses the building all the time, and so we had the opportunity to purchase some cameras through a community grant. And so we put them up, and we're going to be able to use them during the day as well as on the weekends and in the summer when the community uses our building.
And how do you think the cameras will benefit the school?
Well, this, like I said, it is a public building, and this building would be used kind of like what they did with the Superdome in New Orleans with Hurricane Katrina. This building would be used as a community shelter in the case of a disaster, and so that's how we got the cameras, and that's how they are used for the community. But they're also used to help us track people who come in and out of our building. It kind of helps, with the ID cards. It also helps us keep track of who comes in and out of our building, and to keep our building safe, because our building is kind of like a little town. So it's just a way to make sure that the building is safe for everyone.
Okay, thank you. I'm now reporter Ashley Burr here in the Commons with Nick Heitkamp this morning, asking him, what do you think of the cameras in our school?
I think they're fine. Just it makes the hallway safer.
Thanks.
Counselor Patty Lake Torbert spoke to seniors about getting in to see her and other counselors this year to talk about what students are doing next year and about college applications. She also explained other concepts needed to be completed to be a successful senior. Now here's a look at Patty Lake Torbert with all the information.
I wanted you to meet some of the new counselors and some of us old counselors that have been here for a while. First up is Andrea Bjornstead. Mrs. Bjornstead has the alphabet A through D-E. So if you happen to have Mr. Ratzlaff last year, you're going to have Mrs. Bjornstead this year, okay? Next is Kurt Turbeck. Mr. Turbeck has the alphabet D-I through H. There's a little bit of change there. He cuts off now at the H's. He had a huge part of the alphabet. So I stole all the I's from him. So if you have I through M-I as a last name, I'm going to be your counselor this year. Mrs. Miley, Laura Miley, is going to be taking over the part of the alphabet M-J through S-D. And Dr. Mims has the last part of the alphabet, which we know is a good part of the alphabet. All right. You guys, we really need for you to come in and see us and to make appointments. Every year we make it one of our goals to try and see every single one of our seniors. And we've done fairly well on that some years, and some years we didn't do so high. And a lot of that depends upon you. If you get in, make at least one appointment during this first semester to talk about what it is you're planning on doing next year, or what it is that you need help with. And believe me, if you were like I was when you were a senior, you're going to need some help. So get in. A few things I want to remind you about. First of all, Dates and deadlines during your senior year, as you're going to hear from Mrs. Jorgensen, are very important. When it comes to scholarships, when it comes to colleges, VOTEX, military, even looking at possibly getting a job, you got to remember those dates and deadlines, okay? It's a waste of time if you're doing the work, but then you don't get it in on time. The ACT, SAT, and the ASVAB, those are all tests that if you're not aware of what they are, please come in and talk to us. A lot of our entrance exams to get into different colleges that you may be looking at, or if you're really struggling, or maybe even just a little bit struggling with what you want to do next year, we have some tests out there that can help with that. Career Night, October 24th. Come to it. A lot of you, maybe even all of you, were there last year. You know that it's a good night to find out and meet a lot of the post-secondary institutions and the military and the banks. It's also a good night to talk to people about some careers. The other thing is, I'm just going to mention real briefly, is if you have not had the chance to have an experience with shadowing someone else on the job, do that this year. And some of you may be going, oh yeah, I remember you guys mentioned that last year in my history class, but I don't know what you're talking about. Come in and talk to us. It's a wonderful program, and for a lot of you, that's right where you're thinking. You're thinking, geez, what do I want to do next year? That's the way to find out.
Like many WHS activities, the Warrior Concert Choir is opening their season with a beginning of the year retreat at Inspiration Hills. While at the retreat, concert choir members participated in various activities, including group building activities to working on music for their future performances. With more on the retreat, here's now reporter Janan Burbovic.
Hi, I'm now reporter Janan Burbovic, and I'm here with Director of Choirs John Pullman, and we're talking about the Concert Choir Retreat at Inspiration Hills. And what is the purpose of taking the concert choir on that overnight retreat?
Retreats are very important in the overall process of building a family in the choir. Some people would probably think that taking 50 high school kids away for a weekend would be anything but a retreat, but it really is it's a really good time, and the main goal is to build that sense of family.
Okay, and what else will they be working on while at the retreat?
We're going to put them through a course of kind of an obstacle course. There's going to be there's a pool of sharks. I'm kidding, Janan. They're going to be working on music, electing officers, and just trying to get taller.
Okay, when is the first concert choir concert?
November 1st.
And I hear that they perform the national anthem at President's Bowl?
They will be performing the national anthem with all the other concert choirs from the other high schools in Sioux Falls. And they're also performing the national anthem at our homecoming, what's that called? Homecoming pep rally here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
With gas prices steadily rising, many people are changing their ways to be more efficient. I recently roamed the halls to ask random students and teachers, how has the high gas cost affected your daily habits? I'm now reporter Cassie Torno, and I'm here with sophomore John Wallner, asking him about how his habits have changed since the gas prices have recently rose.
Well, I'm pretty much more cautious. I try to get rides from friends more, so I can save a little gas that way. That's basically all I'm doing right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
I normally just don't drive as much, or if I do go out, I go out with a friend, or just try to save the gas prices because it's going up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, I've considered buying a moped. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous overall, so that's my first step.
Okay, thank you very much.
My dad gives me a ride to school, so gas prices haven't affected me at all.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, we haven't been too far. We've stayed close to home, do a lot of walking, and carpooling would be wise. But we just pretty much stay close to home. Get the bike out.
Okay, thank you very much. Every week, random Warrior students or teachers are chosen to be profiled with the goal of helping members of the WHS community to know each other better. This week, senior James Franken was asked about his life. With more on James, here is Now reporter Aaron Butte.
This is Aaron B. reporting for the Now. I'm interviewing senior James Franken. James, do you have any nicknames?
Some people call me Frank the Tank.
Who are your family members?
My mom is Jill, my dad's Jerry, I have a brother named Nick, and a sister named Betsy.
Do you have any hobbies?
I participate in baseball and football.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a 99 red Jeep Cherokee.
What's in your CD player right now?
I'm listening to some Weezer right now.
What is your message to the readers of the Now?
Come out and support WHS athletics as much as possible.
Thank you.
With homecoming only a few weeks away, it was time to pick out new royalty candidates for this year's 2005-2006 homecoming. Seniors were given the opportunity to vote for candidates that they thought most represented Washington High School. The candidates were then announced during ad room on Tuesday by senior advisor Heidi Jorgensen. Candidates for Homecoming King were seniors Sam Solholt, Brent Jamison, Matt Skinner, Eric Loy, Ryan McKnight, and Kyle Sexy. Homecoming candidates for Homecoming Queen were Sue Chen, Shayna Green, Chelsea Shupick, Shandy Johnson, Haley Vellinga, and myself. And here are the royalty announcements.
And now for your 2005-2006 royalty candidates. These are the people that you selected, you nominated, that you feel are most representative to stand up and show the community what it means to be a Washington Warrior. Again, I would like to welcome these people to the stage. Your Queen candidates are Susan Chen, Shayna Green, Shandy Johnson, Chelsea Shupick, Cassie Torno, and Haley Vellinga. Okay, ladies, if you'll wait patiently to meet your King cohorts, the King candidates for this year are Brent Jamison, Eric Lloyd, Ryan McKnight, Kyle Sexy, Matt Skinner, Sam Solholt, this is your 2005-2006 Homecoming Royalty Corps. We are so pleased with all of you as a senior class that you chose 12 people who are strong in this building. They're strong academically, they're involved in activities, they're involved in sports, they're involved in a wide variety of things. And we, as a faculty and staff, just could not be more proud of them and of you for putting 12 people up here who, in our opinion, are true warriors. So congratulations to all of you. If we could give them one more round of applause.
In recent sports action, the Warriors have had some ups and downs. The varsity Warrior football team recently competed in the President's Bowl, having a heartbreaker game losing to the Roosevelt Rough Riders 21-26. With more on this and other sports news, here is now editor Jake Harris.
Hi, I'm Jake Harris with the News of Washington, bringing you this week's sports wrap-up. This week, the Warrior football team participated in the 2005 President's Bowl Howard Wood Field against our crosstown rivals, the Roosevelt Rough Riders. On Saturday, over 15,000 people filled Howard Wood Field for the big game. The Warriors lost the game 26-21, but came out with a strong start with 2 field goals, leading the number 3 ranked Riders 6-0 in the first quarter. The Warriors stayed strong in the second quarter to put them up 7 points on the Riders. It was the third quarter that the Warriors suffered mental mistakes that caused them to lose the lead and lose the game. Prior to the loss against the Rough Riders, the Warriors were off to a strong start with 2 wins over the Lincoln Patriots and Rapid City Stevens. Also in action, the girls' tennis team had their first GDC match of the season. Leading the way for the Warriors in singles matches were juniors Emily Gaster, Brittany Gaster, and Kylie Heather, and freshman Kylie Kading. Winning in doubles matches were Emily and Brittany Gaster along with sophomores Sarah Jamison and Kading. New Warrior coach Dick Hahn said he is happy with the outcome of the match and that the team is improving with every match. The Warrior volleyball team fell to the top-rated Lincoln Patriots in 3 close games of 27-29, 22-25, and 21-25 in the Warrior gym. Leading the Warriors was senior Shayna Green and had 8 kills and 11 digs. Junior Sarah Hitchcock also had a total of 27 assists and 2 ace serves. Last but not least, the varsity and junior varsity cross-country teams opened their city season with a difficult loss in all divisions to Roosevelt and Lincoln Tuesday at Keene Park. Finishing 5th place overall in the varsity girls division and pacing the Warriors was junior Michaela Steinborn. Thank you. I'm Jake Harris, and that's all for this week's sports wrap-up.
This year, Game Day editor Brent Jameson will be giving a series of commentaries on a variety of topics. This week, he would like you to hear his first fireside chat of the year. Now, here is Brent.
Hi, I'm Brent Jameson with another Fireside Chat. Today I'm here to talk about gas prices. Well, the days of $3 gas are finally over. I never thought I'd be so excited to pay $2.65 for a gallon of gas, but I guess I am. That just proves that everyone should drive a good mileage car like my Honda. Thank God my parents got me that. Well, all the teenagers are like, well, nothing's going to stop me from doing this. Not my parents, not school, not curfew. Well, I think they finally found something that would stop them. It's gas prices. I've never heard so many people say, well, I can't go to so-and-so's house because I'm running low on gas and I don't have any money. Or, I don't think I'm going to go to the football game in Mitchell because it's like an hour drive and that's way too much gas. Well, you could carpool. Let's just say you have 5 people in an average-sized car. That's only like 50 cents a gallon. I think you can manage it. Well, now that we have $2.50 gas, I guess I'm gonna go buy some.
Well, that concludes this week's show of Now at WHS. I'm your host, Cassandra Torno. Please join me again next week for another edition of Now at WHS. Thank you and goodbye.